Long time no see, and welcome back to Deku Tarot. I know it has been a few months now, guys. I think since November. I'm sorry, life has been so crazy. There's been so much change, and I just have not had any time or energy. So I do apologize for suddenly stepping out like that with no explanation. So we're going to do just a little mid-March pull here, just a little general pull for whoever, whoever resonates. If you don't resonate, it's not for you. But we're just going to do a little mid-March pull to see where the energies are at and for the rest of March. And we're going to chat a little bit about, the future of the channel, what I've been doing, what's been going on in my life, and why I've been gone. And yeah, let's just get right into this here. So I know it's been a minute, and it's really unusual for me to, not even put a video up, or especially on the Lunar New Year, and not even post that much on Instagram. But life has obviously changed a lot for me in a very quick amount of time. And a lot of things I think had been building up for a long time, and this is kind of finally that moment of change, which I am thankful for. Everything is wonderful. It's just very busy right now. So obviously, as you can see, we're in a new spot here. I'm living in a different apartment now. I'm living on my own. Well, sort of on my own. I do have roommates. So yeah, this is my own little spot here now, and I'm really enjoying it. And what else? I got a different job as well, guys. So if you're wondering why I haven't had any time to do anything, I have a very time-consuming job. So now I have like 3 jobs because I freelance and do a lot of work in art and animation. And then I also have this more professional now, like marketing type job that takes up a huge chunk of my time, but literally it is amazing. The people I get to work with are a dream, and I feel like I finally manifest that job that is giving back to the world. I've always wanted to work in a way that gives back, that changes the world in some way, and here we are. So maybe I'll talk more about that in the future, but I'd like to keep some things in my life obviously private for safety purposes and just privacy. And yeah, so this is kind of where we're at. It's been really crazy, and I really hope to be able to come back with monthlies or at least something for you guys. I just kind of have to get used to this schedule and try to fit this in. And if you are wondering about private readings right now, I'm not really taking on private readings. If you are a client that was a regular or that you had gotten readings from me before, you can definitely feel free to email me. And if I have time, I will try to fit you in. But right now, I'm trying to step away and take a break from all that just because it's extremely emotionally and physically exhausting sometimes doing readings. And on top of everything else, I just don't have time for that, and I kind of need to put that energy into myself right now. So it's kind of a different moment, and that's okay. But here we go. Let's pull some cards now, just to really see where we're at here. Enough about me. If you do want to hear more about me, leave it in the comments. Maybe I'll make a little, check-in series on Instagram or something. We can just do some chatting and maybe even some live videos. But I'm just trying to play with different options and different ideas for the channel moving forward, honestly. So if you want to see specific content, you want to see specific videos, do put that in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Okay. So, gosh, this chair is like really short. Probably should have fixed that. But let's get into this. Let's see with my classic Rider-Waite deck here, because I finally actually got all my decks back in one place. Half of them were in Massachusetts, and it was killing me. So I'm really happy to have all my babies back. And let's just see here. Okay, mid-March energies. March is a really interesting month astrologically. I'm not going to try to get too focused on the astrology just because there's so much going on. And I just want to kind of read the energies through the tarot today. But let's just see what comes up here for mid-March. And we are still in Pisces season, if that's super clear. So feelings are bound, dreaminess is here. And I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, I do believe that today or tomorrow or sometime this week, Venus does move into Pisces. And that's quite dreamy. I could be wrong about that, but I know that there's something going on with Venus and Pisces and Mercury right now that's bringing up this really wonderful, dreamy, kind of lovey energy here. So that can be a little bit, how do I say this? Unrealistic in some senses. So if you do find yourself living in this dreamy, lovey fantasy that is not reality, it's really important that you do put your effort and energy and thought process into things that are a little more grounded, and how to approach this in a way that is a little more straightforward, because there's going to be a lot that comes up at you as well, especially in terms of other people and our communications with other people. Communications are a little off right now, let's just be real. Mercury in Pisces is a weird placement for straightforward contact. So things are not going to come across the way that you would like them to. They're not going to be understood the way you'd like them to. And you're not going to understand people in the way that you probably should be. So make sure to stay grounded and, stand up for yourself where it's needed, but also not to take offense at things that are probably not supposed to be offending you. There's a real energy right now to take offense like that, to take things wrong. When in reality, it could just be that energy isn't great for communicating clearly right now. So it's best to stay focused and to stay grounded in where we feel comfortable, where we feel safe, and to really think before we speak, and to think especially before you get involved in fights and conversations that you might not need to have. Somebody might push your buttons the wrong way and you want to tell them what's what. I'm not going to tell you not to, but make sure that you don't put yourself in a position that's going to end like this. There have been huge endings, and yes, the Ten of Swords is not that card that we always want to see come up. And I know a lot of you were just like, ooh, maybe I should just turn this off. If we're talking about the Ten of Swords, maybe I should just turn this off and get out of here, right? But Ten of Swords, yes, all the 10 swords are there. Yes, there has been a very painful ending. And yes, we do have to try and understand why it happened. Try to work through what brought us there. But the Ten of Swords, puts us in a position to finally be able to move forward from something. And that's why, yes, the Ten of Swords is painful and it sucks, and going through it is like the worst. But I also feel that if you haven't already been, I don't really see that as something that's super impending, rather than something in your mentality about something that has already happened. It kind of feels to me like this has already happened, honestly, and that we're kind of still reeling from why we couldn't move past that. Why these things had to happen, why that person had to do what they did. Why is it? Sometimes people are selfish. Sometimes they're not thinking about other people's feelings, emotions, lives. And when you get someone that's, a narcissist that shows up here, or somebody that isn't thinking about your position in all of this, it can really trigger you to slap back in a way that is not so cute, but maybe necessary. So, and I'm going to use a couple different decks here. We're going to have some fun, because I haven't had fun with you guys in a while. So let's get with the Hobbit deck as well, and then we're going to start talking about all of this here. But I'm just going to try to feel through this energy. It's been a minute, actually, since I've even, talked to the camera on YouTube like this. So I'm feeling almost a little weird about it. It's strange to get back into something that you haven't done in a long time. But there is this need to heal and to bring something that, again, it's almost like you really want to bring, I just keep seeing we're trying to bring these two sides, these two people, I almost want to say just someone's trying to tie a string that has been frayed. We're trying to fix something here that we didn't think we could fix, that we didn't think was possible to come back together into. This wasn't going anywhere. What is this energy here? This is some nasty energy. Let's just talk about that for a second underneath all that. After that Ten of Swords came the Five of Pentacles reversed. But when the Five of Pentacles is reversed, you're coming out, again, like I said, out of a very dark, difficult time. Out of not asking for help, out of carrying all this on your own, out of really feeling, it just feels very alone, very secluded, very much in your own solitude about whatever has happened here. And for a lot of people, maybe it's just that we're real tired of quarantine and we're tired of being alone, and we would really like for this to end. And it has weighed a lot on our mental consciousness, weighed a lot on our emotions. But when the Ten of Swords is there, it's time to let something go, something that has weighed on you, something that has prevented you from connecting with people that you want to connect with. And the way that we've been going about this hasn't done much. The situation itself in general has not done much. You might have been wondering, when is it going to change? When's it going to change? When is it going to do this? And it's time to let that go and realize that nothing is going to change on its own right now. Nothing is going to, you can just sit and look at this all you want, but the ending has happened. And where you're at now is very different than where you were at before in this situation. How you're seeing this now is kind of very sudden, but also you're seeing things from a very grounded perspective. As you can see, the king, the queen, and then also the king are here. And for me, especially when they're bookending this kind of energy, it really feels to me like we have grown in some aspect. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't have to worry. She's manifesting. She's doing her thing, but she's also not afraid to put in the work, the efforts. Has this very steady, business-minded, stable energy. But when it transforms from the Queen into the King of Pentacles, well, that's some really good stuff there. You're taking your groundedness to a new level. You're seeing this from a perspective that is not all over the place, wondering this, wondering that, what should I do? It's not going, you're not going to run at something and move. Now we're sitting, we're looking at it, and we're trying to understand how we have grown from this, where we're at now. We're really feeling the roots, our own roots in the earth here. We're really feeling our own stability, our own security in this situation where we probably didn't feel very stable or secure before. There's this certain change about how you view something. For a lot of you, what you've been waiting for maybe a person to come back, and waiting for a situation to resolve itself, waiting for a work situation, especially maybe to resolve itself, or a situation at work. And that's just what I see is just, you know, there's been such pain, there's been such difficulty, but we have come out the other end. And it's kind of like you're just stepping out into that and realizing, wait, I'm here now. And I did actually learn all these things. So was this, I know this felt like a really bad, long, awful time, and like it wasn't deserved, but there's some real growth here with these cards. Wow. Ooh. So let's look at where we are moving towards the end of March, because right now, look at this. This is beautiful. The High Priestess, the Star, the end of a very long, dark tunnel. This is my Hobbit deck, by the way, if you were wondering. I always see this as, you know, I kind of almost feel like, especially with the bird there, that the thrush is coming to knock on your door with, you know, the answer, with the door opening. The door is about to open. Pay attention to signs. If you are looking for a sign, if you're looking for something to help you right now, take that as a sign and open the door. If you want to heal a situation, listen to your intuition. You will know when the time is right. You have all the answers here. And I think that's very much about, you know, very much what a lot of these cards are saying here is, as we enter this mid-March moment, you're starting to realize that you have a lot more control. You have a lot more answers in this situation than you thought you did. You might have seen this as something, oh, I don't know what to do. I can't, you know, there's nothing I can do. Everyone's attacking me. Life is difficult. There's these painful endings. What am I supposed to do? Things aren't changing. But there's another path, and it's when you stop, you sit, and you listen, and you really look at this for what it is. Maybe these things had to end. Maybe that relationship was unhealthy. Maybe that person was toxic. Maybe you were dealing with a narcissist, something that came up, you know, obviously throughout this reading. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that you couldn't have grown with. But maybe for some of you, I feel, are dealing with somebody that you might be coming back into something in just the right exact time. If you're willing to fight for it, if you're willing to communicate, to step up to the plate, because Seven of Wands shows up in both of these decks here. And when I get that, it's very much a card that isn't going to stand down, that isn't going to take no for an answer, that literally isn't going to stop. I will stand up for myself and what I want, and I'm going to fight for it. Don't try me. Don't try to knock me down. Yeah, you can set me on fire, but I'm going to still scream, I'm going to set you all on fire. Like, don't mess with me, that kind of energy. And with the Devil reversed right in front of that, I really feel that you've come out of a situation that has kept you locked, that has kept you stuck in the same cycle. You have finally broken free of that, and that's really, really beautiful here as we end March here. As we go into Aries season, I mean, of course, we're going to enter this kind of energy of like, oh, were you letting this stuff keep you down? I don't think so. We're going to burn the whole building down. And I love that Aries energy. People always say that, like, I'm very Aries. I would say that more people associate me with Aries energy for these kinds of exact things. Like, don't mess with me. Don't mess with people that I love, because that's the kind of person you're going to get. So, like, I get this energy, and I've been very excited to step into it. I love Pisces season, though, too, obviously. Because as you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, I love Pisces. I have a lot of Pisces in my life. Like, a lot of my best friends are Pisces. I just love them. I love their energy. My midheaven is in Pisces. Maybe that's the reason, but love it. It's been a really wonderful, introspective, emotions heavy, like all these cutesy romantic feelings, art heavy. I've been getting back into music I've enjoyed. So as we go from Pisces energy into Aries energy, it's kind of like, you know, we're just meandering towards the door. We're just ambling towards it. We're enjoying the sights. We're enjoying the smells. We're having a croissant. We're smelling some roses. It's all poetry and beauty. And then all of a sudden somebody just comes and kicks us from the back and kicks us right through the door. And you're in Aries season, and you just got to start running. And you're going to be ready to fight. The energy is different. What do you want? Are you willing to go for it? How long have you waited? Because you aren't going to wait anymore. And in terms, yeah, there could be some real interesting and confusing stuff that happens throughout March, especially towards the end of March, about love. Things that you're going to have to make a decision about. Things that you felt really confusing about. If somebody has been showing up in your dreams, especially, know that it's probably because they've been thinking about you too and wondering, what was that supposed to be? Is that going to go anywhere? Are we getting back together? Somebody it feels like you've been in separation from, that you haven't been talking to. I don't know. I just feel like there's confusing romantic situations that are going to come to light, and we're going to understand what we really want out of it, especially when we hit Aries season, because there's a lot more directness. Like, Pisces season is exploring the feelings. We're exploring how to communicate about it. And I really get that, because I realized that my Vedic Mercury and Mars is actually in Pisces. And that's why I think a lot of people get frustrated, or at least for me, a lot of people do get frustrated with me, especially in relationships, when, like, you know, if you've had a fight or a disagreement, I need time to think about it. I'm gonna need a good while to, like, sit down, think about it, process my emotions, work through something. And it might even be days before I have something real that I feel confident in saying. It's that Pisces energy. But then all of a sudden we have this switch of going from, you know, like, oh, like it's like all these feelings. Let's think about it. What does this really mean? What's really going on? I'm having these dreams about this person. And again, your subconscious is so prevalent here as we leave Pisces season. What is coming up in terms of, you know, just like weird thoughts, like, again, dreams, all that kind of stuff is really dictating what's going on behind the scenes and how things are going to play out in Aries season. So pay attention. Because those things that are coming up in your dreams and in your subconscious, these weird pushes, these weird thoughts, aren't there for no reason. Because when it hits Aries season, you're going to know that you want these things. You're going to know how to get those things. And it will be successful. So for some of you, look at what you want in terms of emotion and love. Make sure you're ready and primed for it. Are you happy with yourself? Are you emotionally stable? Are you at your own, you know, wishes coming true within my own life? Have I brought this kind of 9 of Cups, like, yes, energy of celebration, of looking at everything that we have done and how far we've come and being really happy about it? But also for some of you, if this situation, this person is your wish, is your dream, it will become very prevalent in Aries season that that's where you want to go and that's what you want. And I do think for some of you, you'll be very surprised to find that that person shows up. That's too many. All right, let's finish it out with a couple more, because I know this is getting kind of long. And let's see. Yeah. Wow. 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 Okay. So we got quite a little pop there from all the cards that fell out, because they did all fall out upright, and I'm not going to ignore that because it's awesome. These are beautiful cards. Beautiful. And they all came out upright. But Judgment is the first card out. Something is changing. Something is shifting, obviously. It's our call to action. What are you willing to let go of to bring this in then? Have you gotten too used to being alone? Have you gotten too used to your own routines? Have you gotten used to this specific set of life? Maybe it's a new job that's coming in here. Maybe we've needed to commit to something really big. Again, it doesn't always have to be about love, but obviously I'm going to talk about what I'm getting first off. So anyways, Judgment comes out, then the Fool. This really struck me immediately as obviously Aries season, but there's a lot of yellow and blue in this. There's a lot of peace and joy coming in. A lot of also solar plexus energy that is going to drive you forward. What is your path? Where are you going? It's Aries season. We're going to start running and we're not going to think about it. We're on the path. Aries is the first sign out. It goes out running. Think of Aries like the child of the zodiac. You're out there. You're going on an adventure. It's happening. And I love it. New adventures will begin. And again, Empress card here. So I feel like from Aries into Taurus season is going to be a really wonderful, abundant, exciting time where you're going to be able to finally follow through, or at least follow that path, you know, do those things that you've been thinking about that you haven't been able to reach forward on, or that you have not been confident enough to move into. Make those decisions. What are you manifesting? This is a lot less of I just feel like just start manifesting now as well. Take on that Empress energy. But also if it's love and if there's a female presence or someone that feels very much like the Empress to you, you're perfect, wonderful, manifesting, just absolutely beautiful person. Somebody that is just like, ooh, they're there. That person is there. Divine feminine energy. And if that's not somebody that you're interested in, well, sit around and manifest, because, or again, just get out there because you're looking amazing. You can also, again, do that Empress move of, I don't want to like say go out and do things because obviously COVID, but it's beautiful. You're coming across beautifully and more attractively, and you're going to be really focused on those things, especially it feels like by then, is what am I coming across as people? How do I look? Ace of Wands, King of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Sun. I mean, obviously with the Fool, the Empress, and the King of Swords here, and the Sun, you could be dealing with any of those signs, you know, like Aries, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. These signs could be very prevalent in your chart, in that other person's chart, whatever it might be. But there is a lot of real success, new beginning type of energy here, something that you have wanted. And it feels like there's the moment. This is why you couldn't get this out of your head. This is why this wasn't going away. This is why this is coming back. Not so you can throw it away, but so that maybe this is the right timing. So for some of you, it's love in the right timing. Something that didn't really work out before, something that has been off for a while and maybe never even happened. Something, it almost feels like something that you have mourned that never even happened, finally actually happening. And you're like, that makes a lot of sense all of a sudden. Why did I have to wait? Why did this all have to happen? Success and joy, no matter what this is, are here for you. Whether this is a new job again, or love, or whatever this might be. Keep your head above water. Be intelligent about it. But it also looks to me like there's somebody here who very clearly sees you intelligently for what you are and is ready to offer you some type of commitment, some type of success. Whether it, again, be love or not. You manifest this and you've worked for this, and now is the time. So vibe in that Empress energy. Communicate what you want to communicate. Or at least get ready to do so, because that's happening really soon. If there's words that you have needed to speak, things that you've wanted to tell somebody, things that you have been, you know, hemming and hawing about for so long, they will all come to light by the end of March. It feels to me like between 21st and 27th. And by the end of the month, you'll be in such a beautiful place that healing will be easy from wherever you have been in the past. Essence. Life is like school. We move through it learning many things, cloaking ourselves in environmental knowledge. You are on the warrior's path towards enlightenment. You must one day peel away accumulated knowledge like layers of an onion and move back into the source of your power. When contemplating a Zen garden, you find that the source of your power is the essence of the Great Spirit. We come onto this earth walk like a giant piece of smashed mirror, every one of us reflecting the light of our God. The experience of life is a process of piecing together these scrambled fragments into one great mandala, reflecting the one source of all being. Like the center of a cyclone, we sit at the point of stillness, the pandemonium of life circulating madly around us. Choose equilibrium, not frenzy. Live life from your center. The essence of you and the essence of the primal moving force of the universe are one. Love you guys so much. It's been really great checking back in with you. Maybe we'll do just like mid-monthlies. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, you know, a better way moving forward where I can still connect with you guys, put out videos, and still read, because I love doing this and it is a part of who I am. And I don't want to lose that just because I have to make money and be a business bitch. More like a boss ass bitch, but whatever. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you are having a wonderful March. I'm wishing all of you health, wealth, success, protection, all of the good things. And I'm wishing you the ability to manifest everything that you want and everything that you dream of moving forward, okay? I'll see you guys when I see you. I'm going to try to make this a lot more, you know, routine. And I hope I can see you again soon. But it's just really nice to even just check in for a minute. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of March. Namaste.